Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and hopefully you'll be informed when new videos pop up. So this is an open with me, and historically, apart from little videos that I've done, this is the first real video in my new yarn room. And so you can tell by the tabletop, that's a reflection of the window. So hopefully we won't get too many reflections. I do have the light on, but we can always adjust it. It's kind of a trial and error thing. So this is for the new Knit Now. Biggest issue ever. Does feel quite fat, I have to say. Must have knit kit, which is there. Joyful Knits, 150th issue. Magic Roundabout, I used to love that when I was a child. So here we got Dougal. I don't know if Dougal is the only pattern. We shall see. So we've got quite a bit of stuff in this one. So let's get in. If you haven't already, don't know if I've probably said this already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. See, that's what I normally say when I'm struggling. It's either that or sing to you. Believe me, with the way my voice is at the moment, you really don't want that. Okay, so let's get rid of the ruffly packaging and have a look. So we've got some stitch markers, decrease and increase one, which is pretty cool. We've got some red and blue ones. We've got some darning needles. We've got this storage pouch in there as well. And cable needle. Nordic Knits Collection. A little stitch holder as well, or alternatively you can put your stitch markers on it if you didn't want to use it for that. So here we've got quite a big fat magazine, which is a bit of a contrast to my next magazine that I'll be doing. I picked it up yesterday while we were shopping, and I did talk about it a little bit on my Rocks chat this morning. It is for the new Crochet and Knitting, or Knitting and Crochet, I was getting around the wrong way, magazine, and it is the flimsiest I've ever seen and the most expensive that I've come across. It was £10.99, and if you're getting something that's as thick as some books, then you can, and you've got a lot of patterns in there and a lot of giveaways and stuff like that, little goodies, you can kind of justify the higher price. But when all you get is the cheap nasty yarn they usually give away and a very flimsy kind of pamphlet, that is really not on. So let's have a look at this one. This is, oh, if I can get close in, this is £10.99, but again, it is quite a substantial book that we're getting. Whether we think the contents is going to be worth it with our little giveaway kind of prize, we shall see at the end. Okay, so we've got garments in sizes 6 to 36. That's obviously UK sizing, and so I have no idea what the equivalent is in the US, but all I can tell you is a size 6 is probably 0, because I can't imagine it being minus, but you know, it is really, 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 really small. Anyway, we've got this cute kiddies pullover with a little bear on. We've got some, looks like wraps. That's possibly a waistcoat and a jumper. I don't think the sleeves are in it. We've got Dougal. Here's a cushion. I might even tackle that, you never know. I always say it, but I never get round to it. Joyful Knits for all your family and friends, or friends and family. It says, I've obviously dyslexic and gone the wrong way. And I'm sorry if I'm going to be doing that rather a lot. But I've got this awful virus that I can't seem to shake. Time of the year, I guess, you know, just the way it is. So we've got a cable pullover, and we've got this, well, very baggy sleeved pullover. We've got some socks, and we've got a throw. This was on the front cover. And we've got another little kind of shawlette stroke scarfy thing. We've got a tie-up pullover, wrap around, and we've got some more socks. We've got gloves. Is that gloves? It looks like gloves. And yes, that is definitely a waistcoat. Well, no, it might not be, because if you look at her hand, It's the same colour, so it's possibly the sleeves are grey. See, these things are just sent to try me. And we've got a fluffy kind of child's jumper. I've got some of this yarn in my stash now, in my shop, which is, if you haven't found it already, www.hobbyrocks.co.uk. It is the new Stylecraft yarn and I absolutely love it. There's just more contents, I think, on that page. So we've got yarn from King Cole being advertised. And what's new? Super Chunky Create. I think I need to find my specs. Oh, as luck would have it, there they are. Rightio. I think this is just a bit of an editorial piece, so we're going to move on. And I do have some of this, actually, or I'm thinking of getting the Colour Rush. I think they sent me some samples. I'm thinking of doing that, getting that one in the shop. Let me know what you think, whether I should or not. And I do have some of this, not for sale, but I did buy some of the Karen Simply Soft Ogo. And I've got a kind of an idea of what I want to make with it. So little pieces to look out for on those pages. And I meet the team. Straight away I'm thinking quite a few pages of padding, you know, things to pad out this biggest ever issue with. Ask the expert, so you can write in with your little queries and it will tell you how to do stuff. Using your kit, as if we need really to know how to hold a stitch holder, increase and decrease markers, stitch markers, darning needles, but cable needles, maybe some of us have not tackled cables. I did learn how to do them with my mum, but I never went on to make anything. I left all the cabling to mum. So this is the Dougal cushion. He is super cute. The back, I think it might be like an envelope and you pop it in. Envelope back. And there's a chart. Don't you just love a chart? I know I do. Because if I wanted to use that for crocheting, I could make myself a Dougal, whatever. Excuse me. Ardmore jumper. This is use your kit. So obviously they've got a cable thing in here so that you can use your cable kit. And this goes from an extra small to a 5XL. So the extra small being the size 6 and the 5XL being a 34 to 36. Oh, that's in not in inches. Yeah, that'll be in size. So I guess if you wanted to look at that in kind of equivalent to your sizes across the pond, it would be quite simple. There must be charts somewhere that do all of that. Knitting library. So we've got Wilderness Knits for the Home by Lincoln Newman, and it will set you back £20 from Pavilion. Mindful Knitting, I've seen that around quite a lot, by Chloe Elizabeth Birch, which is £14.99. Knitted Menagerie by Sarah Keane, £16.99 from GMC Publications, and 10,000 knitted hats. Who'd have thought there were 10,000 knitted hat patterns? Well, there obviously are more, because 10,000 are in this book by Jo Allport, and it's £17.99. So how much per hat would that make it? Someone else would have to do the maths on that. So Tracy Lord, no relation to me, just the same front name, has a book out called A Beginner's Guide to Knitting, and that's £16.99 from Chico Books. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Modern Knitted Shawls and Wraps by Laura Strutt, and again Chico Books, £14.99. Some of them are quite good value. So we got the use your kit symbol yet again, so there must be something you can use, probably the increase and decrease markers, I don't know. But this is by Chloe Elizabeth Birch, and it's called the Flower Bud Lace Jumper. Again, extra small to 5XL, or 5X they just say. It's quite nice though, very, very lacy, rather fetching. If I made this for myself, it'd have to be a darn sight longer. Cover the multitude of sins, which is my stomach. Brilliant Blues. This month we've picked our favourite wintry blue yarns. Okay, so we've got Yarn Smiths Create, Baby Aaron. I've never used or seen Yarn Smiths. Big Value, which is a King Cole. Obviously, I've seen that. And the Silkeress by Signet is really nice. They have sent me samples of it. Perhaps this summer I will be getting some of that. We'll see. Chunky Roving Retreat. I guess that might be a recycled yarn. One that I've not heard of, though. By West Yorkshire Spinners and the Stylecraft Bellissima. So we've got the Bergenia shawl. I wouldn't say begonia, but it's got an E. It's a bit hard to see, but it is an E. Bergenia shawl. Stunning shawl knitted in a rainbow colourway and featuring an intriguing lace pattern at the edges. That does actually look really nice. And that is by Blazenka. And yeah, nice. I like that one. Looks really... I like the yarn. Let's see, what yarn is this? Can we see it? It's a 4-ply. That's the only drag, which means sport weight across the pond. And it does have 80% wool. So if you're okay with a very, very wool heavy yarn, you'll be fine. 20% silk and 80% wool. I don't think I'd be good with that. That would set off my allergies. No end. Wouldn't be able to do it. Advert for Sarah James Crochet Society. And join Knit Now today. 10 fabulous reasons to join. Always spread the cost and save money. So we got £20 every 3 months. 13 issues for £17.99. Sorry, £77.99. I wish it was. I would jump at that. So for your trouble, you will get this fabulous knitting needle kit, obviously with the cables. That does look nice. Worth £40 by Knit Pro, so that wouldn't be a bad free gift. But you know, depends if you want £78 really, all but a penny for 13 issues. Anyway, that's that, and this is how you do it if you want to. I'm sure they won't mind me showing you that because it gives them money. Winwick Mum's Top Sock Knitting Tips. Does look complicated, doesn't it? All these little needles. I do sell those in my shop, actually, if you haven't seen them already. It's www.hobbyrocks.co.uk. I have quite a lot of clover hooks for this sort of thing. Hooks, needles, for goodness sake. It's like getting mixed up between my crochet and knitting there. Good grief. So this is a sock knitting kit. Everything you need to know, I guess, and do. How-to guide. Brighouse socks. Now, they look quite nice, don't they? I always worry that they'll fall down, knitted socks. I've never made them. I've never crocheted or knitted socks. So these are the Snowing Morning socks. We do have quite a lot of socks in this issue, I have to say. And they all say, use your kit. So there you got a little chart and advert for Baby Rico Dream on the other page. Crochet Now. We've got an official Bagpuss cushion in the next issue, as well as lots and lots of other bits and bobs which look quite nice. I have to say, if I don't get mine, I will have to go out and buy it and resubscribe. 5 minutes with Winnick Mum. Sat down with Christy Perry, aka Winnick Mum, to talk about things sock knitting. She's obviously a bit of a sock knitter, maybe, or someone who writes lots of patterns. But there's a nice big thing on her. Zoom socks. These are colourful socks from, is it say Winwick or Winnick? I never know, because obviously Wick in a lot of Phoenix is Fenwick. I don't know if that's Winnick or Winwick. I don't know why it's called that. Never mind. I would say Winnick, but you know, I could be wrong. They're nice though, aren't they? Quite snazzy socks. They're very Hobby Rocks colours, I have to say. Like that. Win a Rowan sock bundle. It's at craftworld.com, so I never go into those. Scrumptious and Truly Scrumptious. Now, these are the Sheepies yarns. Now, I do have a fair bit of Sheepies yarn. in my inventory in my shop. Not these ones, but I do have some absolutely gorgeous sheep's yarns. If you haven't seen them already, if you go onto my shop and you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you will find brand buttons, and that's the easiest way to find anything of any brand that you want. And there is a brand there for sheepies, and you'll see the Felina is just gorgeous, I have to say. So this is a cardigan, not a waistcoat. Having said that, if you don't make the sleeves and you just put a little thing around, it would be a waistcoat, although it could be a bit tight under the arms, because it looks a bit tight under the arms for this girl who's modelling it, just saying. But it's quite nice. I like the detailing. I like the way that this has kept in the pattern. Very, very cool. Okay, pretty kitty, this jumper. Nothing at all resembles a cat in any way, because, you know, it just looks like there's 3 dots on this little girl's front with a couple of tufty ears maybe sticking out. No whiskers. Where's the cat? Where? It's kind of obviously camouflaged cat, but nevertheless, a nice little jumper. New stitches, techniques and patterns to try in 2023. Okay. So these are all maybe things that are coming up then, or they are not, because this says issue 95, issue 147. What one are we up to then? Can we easily see what issue this is? Sometimes it's not that easy to spot. 150. So these are from past issues. Okay. So are they then thinking that maybe you'll get some back issues if you fancy trying any of these things? Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of them. Kind of showing you what's in what issue, perhaps. I don't know. Ella Ray advert for some yarn. This is the Jenna cardigan. Now, I've got very mixed feelings about this. I'm not really into things that look tied up in the middle. From there down, though, from there up, rather, it's not too bad. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you like that sort of thing? This is quite cute. This is the Frosted Leaves cowl. That's very pretty, actually. I like the yarn on this one. What yarn have they used? Chunky? Don't say. Oh, yes, it does. Louisa Hardin, Amitola Grande, 1 ball, 516 iceberg. It's very pretty yarn. I like that. Excuse me. More kind of editorials on what's trending. Still banging on about the recycled yarns. That has, I think, recycled yarns. I kind of find that has little bits of popularity here and there from what I have seen in my shop. Sometimes you sell quite a bit of recycled yarn, and then other times it just goes a bit by the wayside again for a while. Pink lemonade sweater. I like this. It's a chevron design, but it's quite fluffy yarn. If you can have a look at up close, you can sort of see it's got a bit of a texture to it. That's quite sweet. I'd wear one of those. It's not too tight around the neck. I'd probably wear one, but I'd need someone else to make it for me, because I just don't get around to doing them. Make your own dream wardrobe with Love Sewing. Ah, now he's a cute little bee. I don't know why he's got blue wings. I suppose because it's the closest thing they can get to clear, perhaps. He's really chunky. But that might be nice and simple to knit for your kids, your little grandchildren. Your knitting community, so out and about, showing Shetland Wool Week, the Stitch Festival, Yarndale, and knitting and stitching. I've never been to any of these, but I really should find out and go. Don't you think? Yeah, September 2023. Maybe in Harrogate, maybe Yarndale. I'll have to get Gary and I to stay overnight somewhere and do that. We'll see. We'll see. The obligatory Knit Pro free gift that I've yet to ever send off for. Readers Makes. So this is where you can show it what you've made. He's quite cute. Number 12. Who made that? Let's see. Sheep in Jumper. Designed by Sachio Ishii in Knit Now issue 102. The project by Andy Christie on Ravelry. No, so not necessarily just like a reader. Reagan Throw, or Regan, depends how you want to say it. It's kind of crisscross and bobbly. This is Teddy Stripe Sweater. I like the teddy, I must admit. It's kind of cool. That's sweet. I like that. And of course, use your kit. And then you can see there's a little chart for the teddy. You've only got to put his face on. This is nice. Aylesford hat and scarf. And a man's wearing it, but I do not think there is any way I could get Gary to wear that. He's just too... I'm not suggesting this man is not manly, but Gary's just too macho for anything like that. You know, he wouldn't do it. Just wouldn't. No, definitely not. And more adverts. Cables and Cuddles blanket and hat. I like the blanket. I like the edging. It's quite simple to do that edging. I've made things, well, many years ago, baby stuff with that kind of edging. Happy 150th issue Knit Now. And there they all are. All the Knit Nows. Knit Now Pattern Archive. Back in Time. The Diamond of the First Water. Okay. Are we going to have a few or just the one? It's quite pretty. Very lacy shawl. Adverts. Golden Cables. I quite like that. They're fingerless, but they've got fingers. Does that make sense? You can just about see that each, it's not kind of fingerless. The fingers are there, but they're short. So your fingers stick out. They're kind of cool. This is Thumbs Crossed Cassian Lot Lodge. Is a clever pattern that combines ribs and cables to create a cosy pair of mitts. It's kind of nice. I like it. Erratics Hat and Cowl. I like that as well. That's actually quite different. I like the fact, I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of goes into these plain areas. So these stripes don't go all the way along. That's nice. Purdy. And there's all the bits and bobs, more adverts. Silkstone Jumper. I like that. It's not a very tight neck. It's quite sweet. I'd obviously have to make it longer. Just saying. Again, up to a 5X. School for Cats. Okay. Why not try something new by knitting this cute classroom of cats? You'll be too cool for school. Well, you might make them, but you wouldn't get their desks and chairs, would you? But... so, yeah, you could make the cats, but there wouldn't be no school. That's just crazy. They are nice, though. I like these cats. They are sweet. Sun hat cat, baseball cap, messenger bag, 3-coloured cat with sky blue body, 3-coloured cat with mid-blue body, and brown cat with patchy eye. Well, that brown cat with patchy eye, where are you? There we go. Must be this one. If it had an eye patch, it would be my cat. She's only got one eye. Hunter's Hamster. Hunter Hammersons. Can you believe that? Well, I just read it quickly. Cosmoid cardigan. Where do they get these names? This is why I can't pronounce stuff. Just make it simple. Call it Fred or something. Anyway, there's a chart. It's a very big magazine, they're right. Tony the Teddy. See? Call it Tony and I'll get it right, for crying out loud. I like his jumper. I'd actually quite like that jumper myself. That's pretty snazzy. I like the teddy. He's nice. Yeah, I like that one. What we got to show? Anything? Nope. Nope. Okay. Getting in a kerfuffle. Nordic knits. So there we go. We've got quite a few Nordic stuff, patterns. That's not a hat. It's just kind of a headband. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, the orchid jumper. Now I like this one. This is more up my street. Nice and baggy. 3/4 length sleeves. Oh, yes, I definitely like that. So if there's anybody out there that fancies knitting this for me, I wouldn't say no. I'd like it in an a large, I think. Let's move on. It's nice. I like that. That is definitely me. That is my style. I would wear that. And yeah, it's long, isn't it? So maybe I'd make it just a tad long, just to be on the safe side. So here we got essential knitting skills and cheap chilly weather with our all new autumn yarns. In other words, just lots of wool. Knit Now Self-Care Special. Mindful Knits in association with Mental Health UK. Win a year of yarn from Stylecraft. Exclusive design from Jane Burns. On sale 26th of January. That's the next issue. So, and we've got another little needle size tags. Okay. So that's in the next lot. Merino and our sheepies. There they are. Aren't they lovely? I do love a sheep. Lots of sheep around here. This is called the Isle of Sheppey, where I live. But I think that just means the island of sheep, to be honest with you, because there are a lot of them. That's the book. What do you think? Let me know what you think of this issue. It is a bumper issue. It is quite an expensive issue. And we've got little kind of pouch for our goodies. Of course, it looks like a very big, substantial thing until you take it out. What do you think? Are you impressed? Let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye for now.